Welcome to an evening event with yours truly, Adrian H. Dragonborn, being reborn as yours truly, Adrian HannaH Dragan. We'll be having some sacred, divine, holy tea, which was made and created and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother sun, and by that dance, all ALL fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced, which our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. As yours truly was a farmer in many past lives, in ancient Egypt by the Nile, ancient Babylon by the Euphrates, ancient Rome by the Danube. In this life, have a little bit of a urban farming experience, and I'm grateful. Although I'm living in the worst financial times of my adult life with this COVID, I'm grateful that I gotta thank my friend, oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister, who gave me about 42 tea bags such as this. So I still have about 25 maybe left. I gotta count them. I'm able to drink tea. My rent is paid until October 31st, Halloween. Half of my cell phone is paid, and got food to keep on loving, keep on working out, training, exercising, learning, training the mind, the brain, healing after, as I am paradoxically living after a near fatal head wound from years ago, and in a providential parallel way acquired Havin syndrome, which the theory goes and is true, develops new skills, new desires to learn new skills and knowledge and skill development in areas which prior to that head trauma, brain trauma, severe brain trauma, one is acquires. It's called acquired Havin syndrome. Yours truly, Adrian H. Dragan, Adrian HannaH Dragan. To my allies and armies, bless you. My name may be blessed with health, healing, joy, wisdom, understanding, knowledge, and although I'm living in the worst financial crisis of my adult life, from the goddess of starlit heaven, who sends one kiss to the goddess, her sister, which dances with her bird, the sun. That kiss turns into 93 trillion kisses, 718 billion, 418 156,093 kisses, which are credited to yours truly, and which will willingly love and give to my allies and armies. Gonna be having a tea. Special. Gonna be having some. I'm waiting for the bagels. Gonna have what I had last night. This is of course tuna salad, which of course is very affordable. I calculate the cost of this tuna since I used one container, can of tuna like this. I used one can of tuna, 87 cents Canadian, plus 3 scoops of mayonnaise, about maximum 37 cents. So that's $1.20 plus, urban farming. There was some kale which people can freely take, so I took a piece. I have a piece of kale in there, just shrubbed it. So it's less than $2 of yours truly's dinner with the bagels. I'm waiting for two bagels to heat. So the bagels were 187, so that means for six. So that means 2 out of 6 is 1/3, right? Fractions. So 2 out of 6, that's divided by 1/3 to get the price of 2 bagels. So 187 divided by 3, right? The reverse mathematics by 3 means that it's about 62 cents. So 62 cents plus $1.20, about 180, 190, almost $2 the cost of this meal, plus the tea bags, a few cents. Well, say round it up to about $2 the cost of this evening. So budget millennials, I'm living in a financial crisis. Although I'm open for business, the main business of yours truly, Adrian HannaH Dragan, is of course the mission, general mission and philosophy of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire, which are one empire under the sun and the stars on earth, for world peace, international justice, and global freedom, securing and ensuring global freedom and attaining harmony between civilization and nature, or with nature. He was truly the founder thereof in a paradox, providential, parallel way. Of course, when I've started the workout training program, officially titled General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout, back in October 2019. As a world peace advocate, independent student, scholar of history, wars, geopolitics, and civilizations, had taken into consideration what had transpired up to that moment in time and had, of course, developed the workout, the new training program officially titled the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, designed and made to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario. As I was saying, after my analysis, took into consideration the US-China trade war, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, aka Kathy Meng, chief financial officer of Huawei, the daughter of the founder Ren Wanzhou, and the consequent arrest of the two Michaels by Canadian authorities to honor an extradition treaty with the United States. I said in my analysis, I said, we Canadians, North American civilization, Western civilization, the world, we are on a path to World War III. And so designed, made, and created a scenario to go hand in hand with my workout, just like two sides to a coin, my General War Integrated Total Body Training System, which I've created, developed, and created in October 2019, of which I've performed 213 sessions right here in this room, office, and temple. After having experimented with many different workout techniques, 213 down. Now I'm doing them roundabout HannaH Island, Montreal, whether by the river or on the mountain, with the rocks, with tree logs, with cement developed from man-made cement. Yours truly, I'm doing them specials for the next coming days, weeks, and months ahead on the ground in HannaH Island, Montreal. I'm doing special General War Integrated Total Body Training Systems. I encourage you all to get vaccinated, get tested. Encourage all to get tested, get vaccinated. Yours truly, double vaxxed, Pfizer right here in the forehead of my goddess tattoo. I'm willing to give the third. I'm been semi self-isolating. I only went yesterday out to get some groceries. Needed essential groceries and food supplies and much needed hygienic products. Which do need, recommend, get tested, get vaccinated. On COVID, my Trinity has been, is, and will be this. Brothers and sisters, first and foremost, do not know what has caused COVID, health and financial crises. Second, I believe it was transmitted from snakes to human beings. Third, since do not know for sure, in my belief that snakes transmitted this is not 100% confirmed, I cannot rule out another possibility. XYZ. Be it an accident in the lab, an experiment gone wrong, a bioweb. Fourth dimension to that trinity of not knowing for sure, believing it was snakes, and thus, since I have no 100% proof, cannot rule out another possibility. There's a fourth dimension of which do know 100% without a doubt that before COVID, 93 days in October 2019, yours truly created, designed, and made a new workout program called General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout, designed and made and created to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario, which in an eerie, paradoxical, providential way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crises. Now, due to that, now myself, I say before mass testing was available, I had COVID. It was very sickle and disease. It was all the symptoms of COVID: coughing, running nose, fatigue, all the symptoms of COVID, fever, what have you. At the end of January until about February 20th, it was very sick, ill and disease. It was like pestilence, death and disease. And so recommend everybody to take it seriously, get tested. In many ways, yours truly did die during COVID. Adrian H. Dragonborn died during COVID, being reborn. Adrian HannaH Dragan, androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess, went to Dragon Empire. So yours truly, I don't know for sure what caused it. What I do know for sure is that I've created a workout design and made and created to go hand in hand with the aforementioned World War III scenario, which in any way resembles COVID and predates it by about 93 days. The first session which I've performed was October 17, 2019, and this beginning you can see me introducing the World War III scenario, which what causes World War III in my scenario is a stock market crash. The stock market crash triggers global financial collapse, which triggers World War III. 93 days later, the stock market crash begins due to COVID about February 20th until about February 20th to April 7th, the coronavirus-induced stock market crash, which marked the beginning of the Great Recession, the coronavirus recession, the COVID-19 recession, the COVID economic, commercial, financial crises, which began with the aforementioned stock market crash, which began February 20th and ended about April 7th. And since in my scenario, although it was World War III triggered by a global stock market crash, had the devastation and the destruction, in my scenario there was also the solution, which my scenario also had the destruction and it also had the solution. And since July 24th, 2020, in the midst of COVID, seeing the parallels, paradoxical providential parallels, that's what I began advocating for, the implementation of the solutions, just like envisioned in my scenario, namely the creation of a new transnational social security force by integrating with all existing private and public security forces. First from NATO member countries, I'm calling on Israel to become the 31st member NATO of North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries, of which are 30, United States, Canada, Germany, and 27 other member nations are member country states are members of NATO. The solution was, and which I'm calling for, mobilizing 1% of citizens of NATO member countries and beyond, our willingly living allies, 1% of adult population, integrating to this new transnational force, officially titled International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, in order to secure the three elements of civilization for all. Those three elements are food, housing, and transport for all. Once those three are secured, we can encourage people to work out, to train, to exercise, to dance, to do community work, to increase in hygienic practices in the public domain, which is outside of this room, office, and temple. Yours truly, Rainbow Dragon's lair. Once I step out, I'm also public dragon. If I'm here, I can close everything off, the blinds, turn the lights off, get naked, and start dancing on whatever, just in the dark, if I will. If I stay in the private, I have a responsibility as well. And so, due to my scenario resembling, that's what I began advocating for. And of course, in parallel to the Dragan Army, officially International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, to be the Dancing Goddess Army, officially the International Integrated Social Security International Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, calling all willingly loving to support it, to create a transnational international dance league integrated that will be an all gender orientation, all sexual orientation, all ages inclusive dance league, in order to organize a mass dancing events across the world for the mass cleaning of the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes thereof. And yours truly will dance. Turn with me the dance to make the most powerful weapon on earth for world peace, international justice, and global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. And love is action, not just blah blah blah. Yours truly is priestess, HannaH, rainbow witch. Well, of course, get the hands dirty, but get back clean to clean the oceans, rivers, waterways, mountains thereof, and mass finance, solar, hydro, and electric power. And this dance league to have a social purpose, counter and parallel and complementary cooperative covenant institution to the Dragan Army, which will be a social security force integrated just like in my scenario by mobilizing 1% of citizens of NATO, integrating them into this new transnational social security force, the Dragan Army, in order to secure the three aforementioned essential elements of civilization for all: food, housing, and transport. Once those three are secured, we can encourage people to work out, train, volunteer, massage the body, the philosophy of the body. Yours truly, Adrian, HannaH Dragon. The body is a temple. for purpose and for pleasure. Have been calling since I began at working out, training, exercising, which has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. I began advocating for the mass financing of my brothers and sisters, especially the youth, to work out, train, exercise, and volunteer and do community work. And I've been calling and will continue, of course, to call on the mass financing thereof. Of course, calling on the NFL, National Football League, of which this year have special trinity of teams because, as yours truly, the Raiders. I'm a 49er for life. The 49er Raiders, due to Colin being the only openly admitted, he's not the only gay and bisexual LGBTQ player on the field, that is for sure. And I can say that on any given Sunday or Monday or Monday football on Thursdays, there's 11 on each side, offense, defense. There's at least one of those 11, which is at least bi-curious, bisexual, or gay, that I can state. Colin the only gay player in the NFL. I'm supporting the Raiders this season. Go Raiders, go Colin Nassib. He's not the only one, but I can say he's the freest, perhaps bravest motherfucker on the motherfucking field, motherfuckers. And yours truly, Adrian Dragan. Took me 13.3 years to come out in the open. I've struggled with it, shame, guilt, and that gotta go. You know, the body's a temple for pleasure. I encourage my LGBTQ brothers, of course, in good hygienic practices and rainbow goddess kisses, love from head to feet to toe to all over, circle round about. Good hygiene. I love to get dirty myself. I'm not perfect, far from it. Perhaps I did many mistakes in speech and gestures. Perhaps this offends some. This perhaps offends some. Turn it off right now. Perhaps nobody's watching. That's okay, because God is blessed. Been lonely, been depressed, been suicidal, been struggled with my bisexuality, been pansexual. 13.3 years hit it. This Halloween is gonna be 7 years marking when yours truly came out in the open as being bisexual, pansexual. And personally, my brothers and sisters, yours truly, and HannaH Dragan, I don't want to go back to anything that was pre-COVID. For me, it's just moving forward. The one I love and call sister, who's my friend, my teacher, the one I love and call sister, friend, and teacher, that Trinity as a fourth dimension, being my one and only financial sponsor, been for many years. My only family was sponsor cleaner this tea, not just the tea bags, but also the water by the filters for me to drink cleaner, healthier, pure water. This clothes, actually, this beautiful green clothes, and this best pair of leggings. Best pair of leggings, black and gold, just like I love. Although favorite color is red, which is the official color of the Dragon army, and green is the official color of the dancing goddess army. Green and red, and rainbow is the official color of the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal, revolutionary, centrist party. Meaning that it's based on my theories developed, written, and spent many years in the libraries of the city of Montreal. Lonely, depressed, suicidal were the books. The libraries became my friends and wrote thousands of pages of theory, of many thousands of poetry, script ideas, songs, and much more social, financial, philosophical, and spiritual ideas and thoughts and theories. Somewhere on a USB key saved on somewhere on paper by the hand, and which are now given in the compendium this coming Scorpio month, today 26th of October, 3 days in the month of Scorpio, which yours truly is. I'll be sharing them in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead, as I'll be working out, dancing, and doing videos. Not the best quality, it's what I can afford on this budget, but it's more about the content and the words coming out of my mouth, and the philosophy and the love. The dancing moves, which yours truly is the world's greatest living dancing millennial rainbow poet, fundamentally androgynous pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, for world peace, international justice, global freedom, securing global freedom, and attaining harmony to civilization and nature is the general mission and philosophy thereof of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, which are non-sectarian and based, along with the Phoenix People's Party, on my theories of democratic fusion, the need for public-private partnerships in the 21st century, and not fascism, not communism, and having an international, universal, worldwide, globalized world based on our private and public partnership, encouraging people to work out, train, exercise, and of course, since 1984, we have a lot of specialization, which we counter and balance with my theory of democratic integrative citizenship, which means there were a lot of volunteering across the rural and the urban by the Dragon Army and the Dancing Goddess Army to people to go different places to learn about how recycling is done, how compost is done, how hydroelectricity, how electricity works, to be integrated all cross sectors of civilization and see how integrated we really are. In my work, I'm grateful, depends on the work and labors of many a past and many today, including my friend, oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister, who, if I die, I'm having symptoms. I've been very sick in these past days. It's COVID-like symptoms, although I'm vaccinated, but with the new variant in Israel and the UK, the AY 4.2, and me mutating a variant. If I die, I post this video hopefully before I die by 3 a.m. in the morning. I leave my friend, my teacher, my sister, to that trinity of sister, friend, teacher, fourth dimension of being my one and only financial sponsor. Leave my will so that she, anonymous, knows who she is, continues my along with a friend which I've made in the past years in the libraries. We met in a place of learning providentially. I continued the work of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Empire. And her fundamentally, I nominate to be Chief Prime General Commander, the education, culture, information and communication of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Empire. And the Phoenix People's Party, which is anthem, based on democratic fusion and universal revolutionary centrism for world peace, international justice, and global freedom. This anthem of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire will be music, different lengths, 7 minutes 18 seconds, 4 minutes 18 seconds, 1 minute 56 seconds, 93 seconds, and will be fused melodies of rock, rap, techno, trance, psychedelic, and will not be any lyrics, but will be children laughing and children playing with the anthem of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire. A non-sectarian, 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 all be it you have to support the principal general missions of attaining world peace in a non-sectarian way by the Dragon Army, non-sectarian securing the three for all, and then of course in the public and the private domains, responsibilities and freedom and rights, and public hygiene, and encouraging and living people to work out, train, exercise, and if those who wants to distance themselves from others, keep apart, should have the freedom to do so for XYZ reasons, their XYZ personal inclination, psychology, or whatever it is, for them in the public domain to have the right to do so. I'm gonna go get the bagels and put this here, and we're gonna do mind, body, and spirit trinity. Again, special session dedicated to the general war, integrated to the general mission, vision, and philosophy of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, which are non-sectarian and which are one empire under the sun and the stars on earth. This mind, body, and spirit special trinity with this meditation, grateful for the food, being thankful, part of realization, spiritual, psycho-spiritual, and physical realization, how interdependent we are, and for example, essentials such as food, housing, and to some extent transport, which will be secured by the Dragon Army with XYZ simple standards and allocations, and allocated for XYZ individuals to go move, to go visit others, to be able to change for XYZ reasons, the location, the habitation, and so on and so forth. Yours truly, Adrian, HannaH, Dragan, androgynous pansexual, founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire. No sugar, milk cannot afford. Worst financial crisis of my life, still waiting for that first donation, perhaps by midnight tonight, October 26, which will be already October 27, if not 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. tomorrow, noon. First donation, and I'm open for business. Can do, and the main and first foremost businesses of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, calling on all willingly living to join and support, and of course implement my theory, which I've written over the past many years, of debt refusion theory, DBTREFUSION theory, taking all private and public debt. My private is $10,000 if X represents the private debt, myself X1, you X2, and there's hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, tens of millions across the world, North America, across the world of X. So it's taking all private debt and public debt, that number together, refusing it, taking that number, meaning, and with that number crediting the formation, creation of a global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange, preferably by biometrics, the hand, the voice, and the eye being unique biometrics, and of course ensuring and securing freedom, and the Dragan army to secure, which will main purpose, social security, securing the three elements of civilization essentials for all. Once those three are secured, food, housing, and transport, we can encourage people to volunteer, work out, train, exercise, and love, 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 in the public, in the private, as much loving in whatever way you can, rainbow ways, dark ways, black ways. Just love, 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 love. Within the rainbow, I have black and I have white, and I have a lot of gray in between the rainbow of yours truly being pansexual. So love, 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 get dirty, but get back clean. Kiss, 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 hug, hug, hug. You know, but get vaccinated, get tested, increasing hygiene, share. We try to be less selfish. I'm not perfect. I have my own desires and needs. For example, I lust. I like physical pleasure. Sometimes I'm upset. I can't afford massage therapy. You get upset. Be honest with your feelings, emotions, prejudices. And if you're struggling with sexuality, I've been suicidal. It's fucking sucks to be on a low point. To acknowledge that, to admit. Yours truly, HannaH Dragan admits a lot of things other people do not admit, you know. If we let things grow crooked in the dark, my brothers and sisters, they'll grow crooked in the dark. You know, have this lust and thought, whatever it is, and to channel the Dragan army, to channel especially our youth. You know, the aggressions, the force, the violence, the force in itself, just like fire. It's not bad, evil, or negative. Making use or abuse of it, right? The energies we put into channel, understood. Myself, I don't fully understand. I got more questions than answers, right? In a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology would have been my chosen path. In this life, diverged. Psychology, spirituality, sexuality, art, physicality, the irrational, emotional, life's natural, occult, spiritual, esoteric are my chosen path. In that parallel life, science, innovation, and technology would have been satellites, computers, ICBM, rocket science, and micro technology gadgetry would have been my universe, mainly my universe. In this life, spirituality, meditation, sexuality, psychology, nature, the irrational, the emotional, irrational, well, which is as part of us as 2 plus 2 equals 4. And in the dancing goddess, the Dragan Empire, and the Phoenix People's Party, yes, 2 can 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. However, doesn't mean that we cannot write 2 in red, the plus in white, the 2 in green, and the equal in black, and the 4 can be rainbow, or vice versa. The 2 in red or green, the plus in black or white, the 2, depending on the first one was red or green, can be the green. If it was green the first one, then red, or vice versa. One of the two twos in 2 plus 2, the equation, 2 plus 2 equals 4. But yes, well, we don't have to write it in white, and we don't have to write it just in black. We can write it in with black and white and green and red and rainbow. Yes, can write 2 in green, plus can make it white, 2, the other 2 in red, and the equal could be black. Or if the plus, or we can write one line black, the other white, and in the plus we can write one line black and the other white, which is cool, right? And the 2 green and the 2 red, and the 4 could be rainbow. Meaning the diversity to have a united purpose. As the body, my philosophy, the body is a temple for purpose and for pleasure. And myself being pansexual, meaning do not discriminate in dating or in relations, of a friendly, of an allied, of a sexual, emotional, erotic nature to any, whether trans men, trans women, black, white, whatever race. I believe in one human race, and that we're struggling to come together, and not without turmoil. Look at the 20th century. As a student scholar of civilizations and the 20th century's political sociologies, ideologies, seen. That's why they, and I've seen the darkness in myself, and the being low, and the envy, and the jealousy, and I recognize it. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, far from it. I did perhaps a lot of wrong. I lust, I love, I want to enjoy some new things that I've never enjoyed or experienced, such as, for example, spirits, not ghosts. Halloween's coming. But, for example, liquor. I've seen so many that are out of my reach financially. I want to experience a little bit of wines. I love wine, is my favorite spirit. Not ghost again, but liquor. I want to try wines from all over the world. Coffee from Uganda. I've seen it. It's can't afford it right now. I like coffee. I want to try it. XYZ. But not to be too selfish. And I realized the little selfish part of myself too. Admitting it, right? Seeing it, and then refining, and seeing the struggles, you know, that one endures and that we collectively have endured. Look with this COVID. I don't know what caused COVID. I believe it was snakes to human beings. Third, what I cannot rule out another possibility, since my belief in snakes is now 100% confirmed. Fourth dimension to that trinity, what do know 100%, is that created before COVID 93 days a scenario which was designed, made, and created to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario, with hand in hand with the General War Integrated All Body Training System. My new training program was designed, made, and created to go hand in hand with this World War III scenario together. That's why it requires no equipment. It is made and is the de facto examination for all willingly loving to join the Dragan Army, officially the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, of which yours truly is becoming Dragon Zero. Motto of the Dragon Army is nobody is born a dragon, not even myself. With a surname Dragan, Dragon, the blood, sweat, and tears, and thousands of push-ups, thousands of hawks, thousands of squats, millions of marching steps in steel-toe boots, in my running shoes, which my friend, oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister, gave me before COVID. Or barefoot in my room, office, and temple. Anybody can be an ally, a supporter, a lover, advocate. But in order to be a member of the Dragon Army, you gotta be able to do the General War Integrated All Body Training System within the rules. These are the rules. You got 93 minutes. 93 minutes are allocated for you to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks. That trinity, you gotta do 100 for each of those trinity of exercises. Push-ups 100, squats 100, hawks 100. 93 minutes, a maximum of 13 repetitions. Whether you do push-ups, squats, hawks are allowed. Minimum 3, anywhere in between. I have been doing repetitions 10 reps per set. I've been doing, you can do 13 max or 3 minimum. Keep those numbers in mind. They go hand in hand together, 13 and 3, or anywhere in between. I've been doing 10. 10 times 10 is an easy count. 10 times 10 gives you 100. Or anyway, you can change every time. It's not regimented. It's not. Within the rules, you can play, do it differently every time. 93 minutes, you got to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks, maximum 13 reps per set, minimum 3 anywhere in between. You can do 7, 6, change it around until you get to 100. However, once you start the count, the 93 minutes, there's no pause. You gotta march, jog, walk fast pace, run once you start it. Recommend 10 minutes warm up, 5 minimum, 15 minutes warming up, marching, just fast paced before you get into the push-ups. You don't have to. You can start doing the push-ups once you start the 93 countdown, but there's a minimum requirement in between sets, whether you do 13 max or 3 minimum or anywhere in between, in whatever order. Push-ups, squats, hawks, a minimum 31 seconds of marching, jogging, walking fast pace in between the sets. So I'm going to be doing now this special tea and eating late dinner. 10 p.m. EST in Hawk Island, somewhere the sun is rising. Over Japan, over Australia, China, New Zealand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Laos, Vietnam, Nepal. The sun is rising there and the goddess dances with a bird of the sun to make, create, and produce fruits, vegetables, and legumes as it does all over the world. And that is the motto of the Dancing Goddess Army. Complementary cooperative covenant with the Dragan Army, which will be the motto of the Dragan Army. Nobody's born a dragon. You can support the mission, but if you want to be a dragon, next dragon is yours truly. It's becoming Dragon Zero. It took blood, sweat, and tears, and many push-ups, many hawks, many squats, many millions of marching steps in steel-toe boots or running shoes or barefoot in my room office and temple to turn that A in my surname into an O. It represents an essence, a fundamental, a quintessence. Nobody is born a dragon, not even yours truly, Adrian H. Dragonborn. You become one through blood, sweat, and tears. When you do it, do the general war integrated whole body training system, and this is requirement as I'm calling on mobilization of 1% citizenry, local Canada, United States, NATO member countries, North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries, NATO alliance, and requirement of whether you just started in a NATO member, armed forces, Germany, Canada, US, whatever, as a cadet, new soldier, or you got stripes, you got 1-star, 2-star generals, everybody got to do it. Lieutenant, all got to be able to do the general war integrated whole body training system. Post it, record it, show it, and my official volunteer representative, Retziel, I yell, work, will, direct, instruct, command, bless. Ye in my name, Adrian, HannaH, Dragan, may you be blessed with health, wealth, and joy, and strength, and regeneration, all my allies and armies, wisdom. Sun shine upon you and bless you, and the winds guide you. In my name, Adrian, HannaH, Dragan, androgynous pansexual founder of the God, dancing goddess and the dragon, of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, one empire, and the sun and stars on earth. Yes, I say goddess, oh the God, the eye of the God is the moon, the eye of the God, of the dragon, the sun. We'll be working out with this. It's about 45 pounds. Gonna start working out a bit. It's about 45 pounds. So I'm gonna be doing the this like this works out the chest, the arms, the hands, and the triceps. Basically the upper body. So I'll be doing a Special Trinity, mind, body, and spirit. Gonna go get my bagels and we're gonna start reading for the mind, body, and spirit. Special science, innovation, and technology session in a parallel life. Yours truly, science, innovation, and technology would have been my chosen path. Have diverged in that parallel life. Maybe we'll intersect by Halloween. Satellites, computers, high-tech gadgetry, ICBMs would have been my chosen path. In this path, in this life, spirituality, art, psychology, sexuality, physicality, the emotional, irrational, which can work together in cooperation, in a covenant, cooperative, complementary way, as the Dancing Goddess Army will with the Dragon Army. Yours truly, Adrian, HannaH, Dragan. Will be right back. Gonna go get the bagels. Now I have to heat them some more because they went cold. So we'll just start reading a little bit. So in the science, it's a special science, cup of tea, science and brains and science. We'll be working out and reading, training the much needed brain, since I have personally witnessed the power of neuroplasticity, meaning that brain, even in adult life, can heal, and not only heal but become stronger, more powerful, capable of more wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, and acquire skills in whatever language, mathematics, whatever it is, that prior to the traumatic brain injury or head injury, which yours truly has, on a black sword years ago. Lost a lot of memory, but have a lot of memory of these past, let's say, 7 years. Some, not very little, from my childhood, my adolescence, and my adult life. Spent many years struggling, paradoxically, in a providential parallel way. Remember more from past lives with spiritual events, spiritual meditations from incarnations. I encourage you all to read one of my favorite poems by General George S. Patton, Through a Glass Darkly. Perhaps we'll read it at the end. Complete the spiritual psychology. Nonetheless, I'm learning, I'm reading, I'm every day, as I have been during the past years, reading thousands of books. And working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. And neuroplasticity, science, will, psychology, and Mother Nature, the greatest artist put together, and science of neuroplasticity and the mysterious acquired savant syndrome, which yours truly was suffering, struggled. I'm glad to get a little bit of acquired savant syndrome. Special science event. Yours truly, Adrian, HannaH, Dragan. Metaverse in the past days and weeks has been on the lips of many radio hosts, TV personalities, news anchors. Throw the anchor where the ship at, where the ranker, where the art at, where the flex at, where the muscle at. Yay, marry me, BDSM switch, and that's a fact. Full piece with no drugs, only a little bit of weed cracks. I am for legalizing cannabis, weed, cocaine, and pills, ecstasy pills, speed, most of drugs. Cannabis for sure. Cocaine, yeah. I believe the war on drugs should be to the war on poverty and terrorism, yes, against terrorism, poverty, and to use with public hygiene, with standards, integrated standards, and knowledge and information. Do not believe in prohibition, especially in cocaine or ecstasy pills or speed pills. They have a big market, especially in North America and my Hawk Island, Montreal. There's a big market. Time to legalize it, standardize it, and finance the Dragan army to secure food, housing, and transport, and encourage people to love, get dirty but get back clean, hygiene, wash your hands, rub. Exercise your body is a temple for purpose and for pleasure. And don't know it all, have more questions than answers on COVID, on science, technology, innovation. But now let's get a little bit of neuroplasticity science. Mind, body, and spirit trinity session begins. Metaverse. The metaverse is made up of the prefix meta, M-E-T-A, meaning beyond, and the stem verse, metaverse, a composite word meta. Meta is a prefix meaning more comprehensive or transcending, meaning beyond, and the stem verse, back formation. In etymology, back formation is the process of creating a new lexeme, Lexeme. Wow, I haven't used that word in 2009 maybe. Lexeme. Creating a new lexeme by removing actual or supposed affixes. The resulting neologism is called back formation, a term coined by James Moore in 1889 from universe. Of course, the universe is all of space and time and their contents, including planets, stars, galaxies, and all other forms of matter and energy. The Big Bang theory is the prevailing cosmological description of the development of the universe. The term is typically used to describe the concept of a future iteration, 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 iteration of the internet, made up of persistent shared 3D visual spaces linked into a perceived virtual universe. Virtual reality, VR, is a simulated experience that can be similar to or complement completely different from the real world. Applications of virtual reality include entertainment, education, and business. Other distinct types of VR style technology include augmented reality and mixed reality, sometimes referred to as virtual reality, linked into a perceived virtual experience, and that is from the web archives. Let's work out the muscles, the brains, and muscle. The hardware and the software. The metaverse, in a broader sense, may not only refer to virtual worlds, but internet as a whole. Virtual worlds. A virtual world is a computer simulated environment which may be populated by many users who can create a personal avatar and simultaneously and independently explore the virtual world, participate in the activities, and communicate with others. These avatars can be textual, graphical representations, or but internet as a whole, including the entire spectrum of augmented reality. AR, augmented reality, is an interactive experience of a real-world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer-generated perceptual information, sometimes across multiple sensory modalities, MODALITIES modalities, including visual, auditory, haptic, somatosensory. It's a big word. SOMATOSENSORY. Somatosensory and olfactory. Olfactory meaning the smell. OLFACTORY. Somatosensory. Isn't that something? So I'm reading about Metaverse because it's been in the news. I want to be less. I want to be more. Know more about it. Heal my brain and work the neuroplasticity with putting to use the acquired savant syndrome after post a traumatic head brain trauma. Black sword. My sword, how I envision it, is two sides, like the sword of freedom being two-edged. One side black, one white, and the handle, one it a rainbow, and round about it, a green and a red snake, and a little hawk, and a woman with a lion on the lion, basically. History. The term was coined in Neil Stephenson 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash. Never read that novel. Snow Crash is a science fiction novel by American writer Neil Stephenson, published in 1992. Like many of Stevenson's novels, it covers history, linguistics, anthropology, archaeology, religion, computer science, politics, cryptography, memetics, and philosophy, where humans as avatars. In computing, an avatar is a graphical representation of the user's character or persona. It may take either a two-dimensional form as an icon in internet forums or other online communities, of a three-dimensional form as in games or virtual worlds, or an avatar of a goddess, which or of a deity, supernatural force entity avatar, interact with each other, and software agents. In computer science, a software agent is a computer program that acts for a user or other program in a relationship of agency, which derives from the Latin agere, agere, an agreement to act on one's behalf. Such action on behalf of implies the authority to decide which, if any, action is appropriate. So as an agent, if something happens to me, I have COVID-like symptoms, maybe I have the mutation, the so-called AY 4.2. If I die tomorrow, if not Halloween or in days, weeks, and months ahead, if the total agency over the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, my friend, my sometimes teacher, the one I love and call sister, to that trinity of fourth dimension be my one and only financial sponsor. Continue the world for world peace, international justice, and global freedom, securing global freedom and attaining harmony between civilization and with nature. In a three-dimensional virtual space that uses the metaphor of the real world. 3D computer graphics, sometimes called CGI, 3D CG, or three-dimensional computer graphics, are graphics that use a three-dimensional representation of geometric data that is stored in the computer for the purposes of performing calculations and rendering 2D images. The resulting images may be. Stevenson used the term to describe a virtual reality based successor to the internet. Wow, I want to read that novel now. Snow Crash. I wonder if it's in audiobook form. It's doing the body now. Mind, body, spirit. I'll be doing this until midnight. Working out, eating, and working out the body. Nourishing the body by tea, tuna, and training, exercising the brain. Implementing neuroplasticity into action, theory into action, and the developing the acquired savant syndrome. Concepts similar to the metaverse have appeared under a variety of names in the cyberpunk genre. Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is a subgenre of science fiction in a dystopian, futuristic setting that tends to focus on a combination of low life. Really? That's what it says. Low life, low life. Maybe it's the name of a song. Sometimes I'm such a fucking low life, such a fucking low life, such a fucking low life. I hate, I envy, I ain't got money for the studio. I admit it, goddamn, such a low life, such a low life, such a low life. I admit I did a lot of shit I am proud of. I admit it in buying and style. Also rap, underground rapper. Cyberpunk is a subgenre of science fiction in a dystopian futuristic setting that tends to focus on a combination of low life and high tech, featuring advanced technological and scientific achievements. That's what is written here in Wikipedia. Cyberpunk is a subgenre of science fiction in a dystopian futuristic setting that tends to focus on a combination of low life and high tech. Oh, wow. Featuring advanced technological and scientific achievements such as artificial intelligence and cybernetics, juxtaposed with a degree of breakdown or radical change in society. Change in the social order, not society. Well, by de facto, social order. Cyberpunk. Judge Dredd is considered cyberpunk, and many others. Judge Dredd. What else? Let's see. What is considered cyberpunk? Judge Dredd, Neuromancer, released in 1984. Cyberpunk in 82. Japanese Akira, the Akira series. Akira anime is one of the best. I've seen it like twice. Perhaps we'll watch it again a third time. Blade Runner also is in here. Interesting, the Matrix trilogy in the movies is here. Blade Runner 2049 I have not seen. Upgrade is here. 2018, I have not seen it upgrade. It's more recent. Alita, Battle Angel. Cyberpunk 2077. Go get those bagels. We'll be back. The bagel. This bagel was hot. Was made and created and produced by the dance of the goddess, with her birth descended by the wheat, harvested by one of my brothers and sisters, and of course transformed by labor. So thank you. Now I have another one there, but just gonna one at a time. Mm. 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 Bagel has sesame and poppy seeds. I love it. I love poppy seeds and I love sesame. So good. So this meal, dinner, cost me about $2. The bagel, everything. The bagel, the mayo, and the tuna. Tuna can 87 cents. Bagels 187 for. It was on special half price. Otherwise I don't buy it. It was usually 370 I think. So this was 187 for six. There's six in the bag. So calculation, and of course 3 scoops of mayo. Mayo also costs, but I got a big one on special for $6.47. A big 1.42 liter jar. So that's like it's like 3 pounds. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm. Oh yeah. Mm. Ah. One bagel now, one bagel in. It's 10:28 p.m. in an hour. So now I eat $1. Well, I didn't eat the dollar, right? So you can't eat money, but I mean the value in terms of currency, legal tender, or money. It's a means of exchange, a unit of exchange, right? That's what is money. Oh yeah. Now let's do work out some more. Got some energy to heal, to become stronger, more knowledgeable, more wise, create more art, to rap more, love, 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 hopefully more, and dance more, and philosophize, and build, maintain, and hopefully upgrade civilization. And move towards world peace. And getting a little hot, and yes, I will just keep Cyberpunk genre of fiction as far back as 1981 in the novella True Names. True Names is a 1981 science fiction novella by American writers Werner Vinge, a seminal work of the cyberpunk genre. It is one of the earliest stories to present a fully fleshed out concept of cyberspace, which would later be central to punk. The story also contains elements interesting. Stevenson stated in the afterword to Snow Crash that after finishing the novel he learned about Habitat. Habitat is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, never played it, developed by LucasArts. It is the first attempt at a large-scale commercial virtual community that was graphic based. Initially created in 1985 by Randy Farmer, Chip Morningstar, Eric Willman, and Janet Hunter. The game was made available as a beta test in 1986 by Quantum Link, an online service to the Commodore 64 computer and the corporate progenitor to AOL. Interesting. Never played it. Habitat. An early MM MMORPG, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. MMORPG is a video game that combines aspects of a role-playing video game and a massively multiplayer online game, which resembled the metaverse. The concept of cyberspace, which first appeared in the short story Burning Chrome by William Gibson. Burning Chrome is a science fiction short story by Canadian-American writer William Gibson, first published in Omni in July 1982. Gibson first read the story at a science fiction convention in Denver, Colorado in the autumn of 1981 to an audience of 4 people. Cool. This Canadian, well LGBTQ citizen, many past lives, but twice born in the United States of America, 718 miles that way, which is south. That way is south of Hawk Island, Montreal. 156 years ago, served in the U.S. Army. William Gibson is an American-Canadian speculative fiction writer and essayist widely credited with pioneering the science fiction subgenre known as Cyberpunk. Was a central theme in the 1984 groundbreaking novel Neuromancer. Neuromancer is a 1984 science fiction novel by American-Canadian writer William Gibson, who also wrote Burning Chrome, which we just read about. William Gibson, gotta read it. I never read Neuromancer. I read about it, but never actually read the book Neuromancer. Almost did. I like utopia, dystopia genre, science fiction, Ursula K. Le Guin style novels, and Fahrenheit 451 also like. And novels by, so it's Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451, Ray Bradbury, of course. It's dystopian. Ray Bradbury, 451, Fahrenheit 451, great novel still. And also the novels by, some novels by Arthur C. Clarke, of course, my favorite. Neuromancer, 1984. So Neuromancer is a 1984 science fiction novel by American-Canadian writer William Gibson. One of the earliest and best known works in the cyberpunk genre. It's the only novel to win the Nebula Award. The metaverse is distinct from the more inclusive concept of cyberspace that reflects the totality of shared online space across all dimensions of representation. Unlike, for instance, in the fictional concept introduced in Neuromancer, which was typified by a Cartesian separation of body and mind, the metaverse allows its users to access its environs while still aware of their world. This is demonstrated in a technology called invisible to invisible, I2V, that Nissan is developing. Nissan Motor Co. Limited is a Japanese multinational automobile manufacturer headquartered in Nishiku, Yokohama, Japan. The company sells its vehicles under the Nissan, Infiniti, Datsun brands with an in-house performance tuning product labeled Nismo is developing, which overlays a car's windshield with virtual information as well as features that include an ability to summon an in-car 3D avatar. Since many massively multiplayer online games, MMOG is an online game with large numbers of players, often hundreds or thousands, on the same server. MMO usually huge, persistent open world. Share features with the metaverse but provide access only to non-persistent instances that are shared by up to several dozen players. The concept of multiverse virtual games has been used to distinguish them from the metaverse. Interesting. Let's work out some more body as we work out the mind by reading. feel it. I feel it. Tell some more. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Stop throwing dirt, poison, filthy my eye, brother. Elements of the metaverse. The elements of the metaverse include video conferencing, games like Minecraft or Roblox, cryptocurrencies, email, virtual reality, social media, and live streaming. The aforementioned cyberspace has kept evolving and included various computer mediated virtual environments, computer mediated virtual environments, computer mediated virtual environments. Such expanding cyberspace indicates a digital Big Bang, driven by various technologies and ecosystems. Technologies are the enablers that drive the transition from the current internet to the metaverse. Current internet to the metaverse. Current internet to the metaverse. Such as expanded reality, user interactivity, human computer interaction, artificial intelligence, blockchain, computer vision, edge and cloud computing, and future mobile networks. So let's integrate all to attain world peace, international justice, and global freedom, and harmony between civilization and nature. Dragan army integrated with all social media, all computing at all levels, for the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good, of which I am, Adrian, not a dragon, for the greater good, for healing, transformation, the body to be temple, holy, sacred, and divine, for purpose and for pleasure, not to be ashamed of one's physical needs, sexual desires, and lusts, and to channel and be hygienic, get dirty but get back clean, because staying dirty gets bacteria, germs, microbes, gets disease. So great health, healing, self-sustained, present in a stream, shared realm. Therefore, the metaverse ecosystem considers user-centric elements including avatar, content creation, virtual economy, social acceptability, security and privacy, and trust and accountability. And this was retrieved from 12th of October, not so long ago, 13 days ago, 2021, from the All One Needs to Know About Metaverse, a complete survey on technological singularity, virtual ecosystem, and research agenda. Many different writers: Lik Hang, Li, Tristan Brown, Peng Yung Zhao, Li Wang, Jianlei Zhu, Yi Yunling, Abhishek Kumar, Carlos Bernesho, and Pai Hui. So a lot of different authors of them. At researchgate.net, the article. From researchnet.net, the article. Analysis article, I guess. Developing technical standards. Developing technical standards. Common standards, interfaces, and communication protocols among virtual environments are in development. Collaborations and working groups are attempting to create standards and protocols to support interoperability between virtual environments, including virtual worlds, standard for systems, virtual components, working group P128, IEEE, 2010 to present. IEE stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. IEE is a professional association for electronic engineering and electrical engineering, with its corporate office in New York City and its operations center in New Jersey. It was formed in 1963, a great year of not just North American, USA, but global, great year of much changed, great year, transformation and changes. 1963, the civil rights, of course, big part, great part of our civilization too. Our brothers and sisters of color too. Be with us in love and working towards a world civilization of world peace, international justice, global freedom, and ensuring and securing global freedom. Information technology, media content and control, part 4, virtual world object characteristics. ISO 2008 to present, International Organization for Standardization. ISO is an international standard setting body composed of representatives from various national standards organizations, and like the standards of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragan Empire, for one empire, and the Dancing Goddess Army, Complementary Covenant Cooperative Wood Day, the Dragon Army, the standards for food, for drugs, for housing, and for volunteering and community work, and socially rewarding community and volunteering work, proof of work, online technology. Virtual World Region Agent Protocol, IETF 2009-2011. The Internet Engineering Task Force is an open standards organization which develops and promotes voluntary Internet standards, in particular the technical standards that comprise the Internet Protocol Suite, TCP/IP. It has no formal membership. The Metaverse Roadmap. The Metaverse Roadmap, Acceleration Studies Foundation. Acceleration Studies Foundation 2006-2007. The Open Source Metaverse Project 2004-2008. The Open Source Metaverse Project OSMP was a multi-participant shared virtual world online platform. This platform was free and open source software, co-founded in 2004 by Hugh Perkins and George Lima. Timeline of virtual environments, and we're gonna work out more of these muscles before we work out more of the brains. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Timeline of virtual environments. Timeline of notable platforms and developments. The Metaverse was a MOO. This is 1993. MO is a text-based online virtual reality system to which multiple users are connected at the same time. Text-based low-bandwidth virtual reality systems operated by Steve Jackson Games. The Metaverse was a MO. Steve Jackson Games is a game company founded in 1980 by Steve Jackson, that creates and publishes role-playing board and card games, and the gaming magazine Pyramid. Never read it. Like the logo. It's a pyramid with an eye in it. It's Steve Jackson Games. As part of their BSS, Bulletin Board System, BBS, is a computer server running software that allows users to connect to the system using terminal program. Once logged in, the user can perform functions such as uploading and downloading software and data, reading news and bulletins. Cool. Illuminati Online. Retrieved December 26, 1996. 1995. Active Worlds is an online virtual world developed by Active Worlds Incorporated, a company based in Newbury, Massachusetts, and launched on June 28, 1995. Users assign themselves a name, log into the Active World universe, and explore 3D virtual worlds and environments that others have built. Based entirely on Snow Crash, distributed virtual reality worlds implementing at least the concept of the metaverse. Dare.com, 1998. Dare is a 3D online virtual world created by Will Harvey and Jeffrey Ventrella. Dare Inc. was founded in the spring of 1998. Closed beta began in July 2001, with various stages of beta following and ending with an October 2003 launch date. On March 9, 2010, Dare.com was created in 1998, wherein users appear as avatars and could socialize and purchase objects and services using the virtual currency Darebucks, which were purchasable with real world money. Interesting. Dare.com closed on March 2nd, 2010, but reappeared in 2011 as an invite only world to users age 18 or older. Interesting. Dare.com. 1998 again, Black Sun, BLAXXUN Interactive, originally named Black Sun Interactive. BLACK as in the color black, SUN, SUN as in the star, our king of our solar system. Interactive was one of the first companies to develop a 3D community platform designed for the internet using VRML and highly scalable multi-user server environments, creating 3D virtual communities that use VRML. VRML is a standard line format for representing three-dimensional 3D interactive vector graphics, designed particularly with the World Wide Web in mind. It has been superseded by X3D. Cybertown CT was a free, family-friendly online community. There were places available either through a 2D or 3D chat environment. Users were able to have jobs within the community, earning virtual money called CCs, City Cash, that could be used to buy 3D homes and items. One example. Second Life was launched by Linden Lab. Second Life is an application that allows people to create an avatar for themselves and have a second life in an online virtual world. This one I've heard about. It was launched by Linden Lab. Never played it, but it's kind of Linden Lab. Linden Research Incorporated, doing business, and Linden Lab is a privately held American internet company that is best known as the creator of Second Life. That stated goal of the project was to create a user-defined world like the Metaverse, in which people can interact, pay, do business, and otherwise communicate. Retrieved from USA Today in 2007, February 20th. The king of alter egos is surprisingly humble guy. 2004, X3D was approved by ISO. X3D is a royalty-free ISO/IEC standard for declaratively representing 3D computer graphics. File format support includes XML, classic VRML, compressed binary encoding, and a draft GSON encoding. Approved by ISO. ISO is, of course, the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, as a successor to the Virtual Reality Modeling Language, VRML. 2004, IMVU is an online metaverse and social networking site. IMVU was founded in 2004 by Will Harvey, Matt Danzig, and Eric Rines. It started out as an instant messenger with 3D avatars. University of Michigan launched vMerse in response to the decision of the U.S. Supreme Court, SCOTUS, on the landmark case on affirmative action. Grutter versus Bollinger and Graz versus Bollinger to make their campus more accessible to underprivileged minority prospective applicants. vMerse was described as a revolutionary innovation to increase diversity on campus. This metaverse was delivered on computers over the internet as a combination of video. Interesting. This metaverse was delivered on computers. There's an interesting picture, looking at from computers and computing devices from different eras. Clockwise from top left, early vacuum tube computer, ENIAC. Mainframe computer, and then IBM System 360 desktop computer, then IBM ThinkCentre S50 with monitor, then supercomputer, IBM Summit SUMMIT, video game console, Nintendo, and smartphone. US Army photo from M. Wake, WEIK, four-letter surname, I'm assuming. M. WEIK, Wake. The ENIAC story. A technician changes a tube. Caption reads, replacing a tube, a bad tube meant checking among ENIAC's 19,000 possibilities. Public domain, ENIAC. Uploaded December 23rd, 2009. December 23rd, 2009. December 23rd, 2009. Permission details. This file is a work of a U.S. Army soldier or employee taken or made as part of that person's official duties. As a work of the U.S. federal government. It is in the public domain in the United States. And ENIAC was electronic numerical integrated on computer. It was the first programmable electronic general purpose digital computer made in 1945. It was Turing complete, and able to solve a large class of numerical problems through reprogramming. First digital computer made in 1945. General purpose was the first. ENIAC, electronic numerical integrator on computer. So let's work out some the body. Water and fire and brains and power. Let's have some more. Okay. In 2005, University of Michigan, we read it. We were at 2005. Solipsys launched a free open source system aiming to provide the infrastructure for a metaverse-like public territory. The Croquet Project, 2005, began as an open source software development environment for creating and deploying deeply collaborative multi-user online applications on multiple operating systems and devices, with the aim of being less proprietary than Second Life. After the release of the Croquet SDK in 2007, the project became the Open Cobalt Project. 2006, Entropia Universe, the world's first real cash economy MMORPG. 2006. Entropia Universe is a massively multiplayer online MMORPG virtual universe designed by the Swedish, meaning is Sweden, the country of, software company Mindark, based in Gothenburg. 2006, Roblox was published. Roblox is an online game platform and game creation system developed by Roblox Corporation. It allows users to program games and play games created by other users. Created by David Baszucki and Eric Cassell in 2004, released in 2006. 2007, several social networks provide profiles and networking capabilities for metaverse avatars, including CoinUp. CoinUp is an image and video hosting service, web portal, and online community for virtual world users. It is used both as a photo and video repository platform and as a tool to share virtual world screenshots, photographs, and machinima. From MIRL and Avatars United. These projects face many challenges related to the lack of portability of the avatar across virtual worlds and attempt to address the possibility of managing multiple accounts on a single dashboard. Avatars United was later purchased by Linden Lab and then shut down when some social networking features were added to Second Life. 2007, Open Simulator appeared. Open Simulator is an open source server platform for hosting virtual worlds and the metaverse. It is largely compatible with the virtual world Second Life, but compatibility is not a design goal. Developing free open source virtual world software that is protocol compatible with Second Life, while allowing user movement between otherwise independent installations. It is based on the client viewer of Second Life and serves as a platform for constructing a virtual world. Google Lively was unveiled by Google. Google Lively was a web-based virtual environment produced by Google Incorporated. It was discontinued on December 31st, 2008. Unveiled by Google through Google Labs on July 8, 2008. The service was discontinued at the end of December. K-pop girl group. And then from 2008, Google Lively jumps 5 years to 2013. K-pop girl group. Girls' Generation held one of the first virtual concerts that featured life-size holograms of the members projected into a stage. Cool. 2013 again, High Fidelity Inc. was founded as an open source platform for users to create and deploy virtual worlds and explore and interact together in them. 2014, VR Chat launched as a social VR platform that enables users to publish 3D spaces and avatars that are developed with external tools. 2015, Alt Space VR launched as an SVRP that enables users to publish 3D spaces developed with external tools. 2016, Science Space launched as an SVRP that enables users to publish 3D spaces and content developed with external tools. Rec Room launched as a social VR game which was extended to support user-generated space in 2017. Island and Modbox launched as a social VR games, which enable users uses to publish 3D spaces that are developed with built-in tools. Sensor launched on July 31st, 2017. The platform enables user-created 3D spaces, social spaces, 3D spaces, social spaces. Avatars include speech-driven facial animations and motion-driven body animations. Let's motion-driven some more muscles. Sansar launched on July 31st, 2017. 2018, Neo VR. Metaverse was launched by Solirax. Crypto Voxels launched in 2018 as a user-owned metaverse using the Ethereum blockchain. Wow. Ethereum blockchain. 2019, Facebook Horizon. Horizon Worlds is a virtual reality online video game with an integrated game creation system developed and published by Facebook Incorporated for Microsoft Windows and Oculus Quest. It is currently in an invite-only beta phase. Was announced as a social VR world by Facebook. (2019) Facebook Horizon. 2020. Some more tea. 2020. Decentraland, launched as a decentralized virtual platform owned and operated by its users. The Sandbox of Voxel Metaverse was launched by Animoca. Core was launched by Manticore Games. Decentraland is a decentralized 3D virtual reality platform which uses the Ethereum blockchain. It was open to the public in February 2020 and is overseen by the non-profit Decentraland Foundation. Launched as a decentralized virtual platform owned and operated by its users. The Sandbox name for mobile phones and Windows, Microsoft Windows. Core is a free-to-play online video game with an integrated game creation system developed by Manticore Games. It was released as an open alpha version on March 16, 2020 and became available as early access on April 15. Cool, I like that. Free games. 2020, Rival Peak. Rival Peak was a 3-month interactive media experience that appeared on Facebook from December 2020 to March 2021. It's a cloud-powered reality show starring AI contestants in a virtual environment. Debuted on Facebook Watch. Facebook Watch is an American video-on-demand service operated by Facebook Inc. It was announced on August 9, 2017 with initial availability the next day and would roll out to all US users by the end of the month. Facebook Watch original video content is produced for the company by partners. Individuals or groups of viewers could directly contribute to an AI contestant's advancement in the show by watching or interacting via Facebook. 2020 Beyond Life. Beyond Live is an online live concert streaming service and concert series first established in April 2020 by South Korean entertainment company SM Entertainment in partnership with Naver. Virtual Concerts was launched as an online concert platform. Let's turn this physical platform some more. See, it's water there. Water full. Ah. I feel it. SM Entertainment, a K-pop agency, begins working with one of its groups, aspire to create a virtual universe dubbed SM Culture Universe as a platform for their artists. 2021, Epic Games directs fundraising to build out Fortnite into a metaverse. 2021, Microsoft Mesh, a mixed reality software enabling virtual presence through Microsoft devices such as the HoloLens 2. HoloLens 2 is a pair of mixed reality smart glasses jointly developed and manufactured by Microsoft and Microvision. It is the successor to the pioneering Microsoft HoloLens. On February 24, 2019, the HoloLens 2 Enterprise Edition debuted as the first variant of the device. Wow. Cheers, Microsoft. 2021, South Korea announces the creation of a national Metaverse Alliance with a goal to build a unified national VR and AR platform. Note 37. I want to see what Note 37. Timeline, Note 37, and that's it. That's it for the timeline 2021, I guess. 2022 we'll have a Note 38. In 2022 we'll have a Note 38. In 2022 we'll have a Note 28, which is not that far. It's October 26th, 11:15 p.m. EST, Hawk Island, Montreal. Note 37. South Korea creates Metaverse Alliance to build an open national VR platform. Wow. Maybe we'll be back in February 2022 to check the continuing timeline with Note 38, because this is the last one, 37. And gonna put some more tea. Excuse me for a second. Tea. Some more tea and some of the heating we'll be eating. And I'm gonna go pee. let's train some more of the body as the water's hitting for the tea. Heat 11:18 p.m. EST. Oh God. Mind, body, spirit, Trinity event. Oh, ah, oh. Alright, so that was the reading on the metaverse, and we'll now going to be doing on global surveillance. Yours truly in a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology. Oh, there's the click. Would have been my chosen path. In this one, it is spirituality, psychology, sexuality, art, the emotion, irrational, occult, esoteric, nature part. But so agree 2 plus 2 equals 4. But we can write rainbow colors and green and red and black and white. We can use all those colors: black, white, red, green, and rainbow. While writing 2 plus 2 equals 4, we can use all those colors in just that equation. So give me a second. Put some more tea. Can I use the same tea bag? Usually I use it 3 times just to get waste. Tough financial times, can't waste no food. And global surveillance. It's been in the news with NSO's Pegasus recently, and just saw a documentary a few days ago about China's social credit system and camera surveillance systems in China, which supposedly are amongst the most thorough or at a grand scale in the world. One idea which do like, and which Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Empire and need to put into practice if all collaborate, and I'm calling on my brothers, and I'm saying brothers since these mentioned sports leagues, North America and Europe, are patriarchal, and who since 1984 have been making millions of dollars, not just the players and the athletes, but also the owners. Our civilization enabled the financial, commercial, economic rewards to make millions of dollars annually to play a sport such as the even you, my 49ers, can give. And I'm calling to raise the salaries of the cheerleaders, hopefully by midnight tonight, if not by tomorrow, Wednesday, the 27th of October, 3 p.m. To raise it for every dollar, give them 300% or thrice, 3 times the salaries of the cheerleaders in the NFL. That being stated, National Football League, NFL, National Hockey League, NHL, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, Major League Baseball, and European Soccer. Patriarchal. There's not even one women sports leagues that makes even close financially in comparison to the aforementioned patriarchal male only sports leagues as the NFL National Football League, NHL National Hockey League, NBA National Basketball Association, MLB, and European Soccer. Complement, you can dance NFLers, NHLers, NBAers, MLBers with yours truly with us to attain harmony between civilization and nature. Even my Raiders can dance, even my LGBTQ rainbow brother, the only one openly but not the only one on the field, the only one open and admitted, but not the only one. Can dance. Enjoying yours truly to work out, train, exercise, and I'm calling for the mass financing and encouragement and supporting thereof. And supposedly I have to do more research and know more about it, but supposedly in China there's a reward for citizens of China to train regularly, to exercise, and to work out. That was mentioned in the documentary. Now I have to know exactly what, how. They have to be video. I guess they have to be to log in to have a video webcam through webcams or to CCTVs or local, national, perhaps systems that they have, perhaps several organizations, or how it actually works. But of course, generally, I'm for rewarding, encouraging, and supporting, whether through giving them goods such as garments, hygienic products, food, or shoes, or whatever else, appliances for the kitchen, or XYZ needs that we need, fridge or lamp or whatever we need, toothbrushes, or everything that we use as civilization, even financial, commercial, economic reward, if you will, for people. I am for it, and I'm calling, and I have been calling for the mass financing, whether just by encouraging or by actually doing the deeds, right, which are more important. So NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, MLB, Major League Baseball, NBA, especially the youth. But in theory, I do agree with a social integrated with all technologies, corporations, and public and private partnerships with the Dragan army to encourage people to work out, train, exercise, which has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. As if I ever, just also psychologically, emotionally, sometimes I just don't feel too well. First 15 minutes, 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I already feel better. Sweated a bit, worked out a bit. Speaking of which, let's put it into practice. This big water bottle, see the water there. Yeah. So I am in principle for system part of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, which is non-sectarian, and to reward people, to encourage and reward a social credit system to reward people to work out, train, and exercise, and a public and private organization and institution to do it, where the Dragon Army integrated with. To encourage people to work out, to train, to exercise, to volunteer, and to do community work. And socially rewarded thereof. An hour of workout, doing my General War Integrated Total Body Training System. General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300. And a reward socially, economically, financially, commercially, XYZ. Global surveillance. Again, in the parallel life, science, innovation, technology would have been my chosen path. Computers, intercontinental ballistic missiles, satellites, and cool rocking micro devices for XYZ purposes of security and safety, or entertainment or pleasure or discovery, or going underground to test the minerals, the soil, or the waters, would have been my chosen path in that parallel life where I've grown up in Germany. This half Jew moves to Israel, and from there works with North America, NORAD and NATO, and public-private academia, scientific, military, security, and private and public partnership academia, and works in the science, innovation, and technology field. In this life, well, found the dancing goddess and dragon empire, the Phoenix People's Party, and in this life mainly, but not only, psychology, sexuality, spirituality, the arts, the physicality, the emotional, irrational side are mostly, but not only, yours truly's chosen path, as I'm learning every day. Securing the rainbow. I'm waiting to, these are, again, it's like wearing a trinity of gifts from my friend, who's oftentimes a teacher and has been one I love and call sister. To that trinity adds a fourth dimension of being a friend, teacher, and sister, one and only financial sponsor. This best hoodie, one of the best hoodies for working out, training, exercising, even dancing I ever had. The hoodie. Should take this off, put the hoodie on. This pair of leggings. Nice gold. I think they're look like lilies. It could be lotus. They're lilies, and so she gifted me the pair of pants, the hoodie, nice green, and these best, most divine, sacred, holy, and most beautiful laces which I ever had. I never had. I'm still wearing for a special. I might wear them during Halloween for the first time, as I'm dressing up as Rainbow Witch. The Rainbow Witch. I have some money saved for buy some candy for the kids, and I actually found some cans put in the recycling, and I've retrieved them because they were neat and clean, bags put away. And I said, hey, I can get 3 or 4, even 5. No, maybe not 5, but I'm pretty sure minimum $3 Canadian from there, and 4, so I could use that money to buy candy for the children. Global surveillance. Oh, before getting one more working out. Oh yeah. Oh. Global surveillance. Again, since I did mention NSO's Pegasus, which has been in the past days, weeks, and months in the news, this is my trinity with a fourth dimension, if you will, on the NSO's, on Pegasus. First and foremost, believe that the NSO created Pegasus for the greater good, just as I believe that the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, which I founded in the Phoenix People's Party, are for the greater good, not just local, national, international, global, worldwide, international, greater good. Second, I'm going to say that all unwarranted, abusive, intrusive misuse of the software known as Pegasus by private or public institutions, organizations, groups, or individuals is to be avoided at all costs. Third, I am calling for the use of such as the NSO's Pegasus software and technological capabilities in a parallel life beside Skynet, a satellite where I could look down in the fridge on the first floor of a 37, almost 38, almost 38, almost 38 floor building and look out to the third, fourth floor in somebody's fridge. In this life, psychology, spirituality, physicality, emotion, rational, irrational side art, the arts, poetry has been and is my chosen path. And physicality, theory, or social, political, financial reform. In that parallel life, as I in Skynet, global mass surveillance, just in time for the food. We'll let there. We'll just start reading and we'll retrieve it in 5 minutes. Global surveillance. And again, I am calling for the use of the NSOs such as Pegasus software and other technological ability to be used only for the mission, vision, and philosophy, such as the Dragan armies, International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force official title, aka the Dragan Army, to be used to secure and ensure freedom by securing the three elements of civilization for all: food, housing, and transport, and then to reward, encourage people to work out, train, exercise, volunteer, make love, do love with whoever they will, where they will, to good hygiene in public, securing, ensuring hygiene, letting our youth to dance, to have parties, to while doing the Sabbaths of the dancing goddess and the dragon and the phoenix, which begin midnight Friday, and to dance, to love, to work out, to exercise, and to do much loving in whatever shape, with consent form that they will, with whom they will, and how they will. And exercise, workout, train, share, do, sing, write, think, create, using creativity and science, balance, harmony with nature. Global surveillance can be defined as the mass surveillance of entire populations across national borders. Mass surveillance is the intricate surveillance of an entire or a substantial fraction of a population in order to monitor that group of citizens. The surveillance is often carried out by local and federal governments or governmental organizations such as organizations like the NSA, National Security Agents, and the FBI. Its existence was not widely acknowledged by governments and the mainstream media until the global surveillance disclosures. Global surveillance disclosures, meaning revelations, by Edward Snowden. And there's a link there to global surveillance disclosures, which we'll read now. Ongoing news reports in the international media have revealed operational details about the Anglophone cryptographic agency's global surveillance of both foreign and domestic nationals. The reports mostly emanate from a cache of top-secret documents leaked by ex-NSA contractor Edward Snowden, triggered a debate about the right to privacy in the digital age. I am share a lot of my private past struggles and current struggles and maybe future. Was workout. It has been medicine and therapy for me. Mass finance. Yeah. Triggered a debate about the right to privacy in the digital age. Right to privacy is described. The right to privacy is an element of various legal traditions that intends to restrain governmental and private actions that threaten the privacy of individuals. For sure, we gotta have a balance, harmony, equilibrium between the private and the public. Right to privacy. I share a lot. Sometimes just want to be in a dark, black room with no lights. Just meditate, do whatever. Right? If I'm doing X, Y, Z, I want to share it all. Right to privacy in the digital age. Was a movie. Said privacy is over. A movie not so in the last 5 years relating to all the social media, the internet, and what have you. In the information age is a historical period that began in the mid 20th century. I call it the age of wonders in many ways, right? Wonder, satellites, smartphones, computers. It's really a lot of wonder, right? Digital age. The information age is a historical period that began in the mid 20th century, characterized by a rapid epochal, epochal, like epoch, shift from the traditional industry established by the Industrial Revolution to an economy primarily based upon information technology, the onset of the information age. In many ways, the dancing goddess and the dragon, the Phoenix People's Party is not to go back to pre-COVID, but reach the concordium, secure those three to body, integrate with the science, the technology, and a new spirituality to buy, for example, a simple goddess dances with the birth of the sun. Maybe the sun is the eye of the dragon that sees all anyways. And run pierces through hardest rock or the hardest mountains, right? Digital age. Its roots can be traced back to the middle of the 20th century when the UK-US agreement was jointly enacted by the United Kingdom and the United States, which later expanded to Canada, Australia, and New Zealand to create the present Five Eyes Alliance. Solar Winds hack. Five Eyes Alliance. The alliance developed cooperation agreements with several third-party nations. Eventually, this resulted in the establishment of a global surveillance network, codename Echelon. So my country, being Canadian, Canada is part of the Five Eyes. So the middle of the 20th century is the United Kingdom, United States of America agreement. So is a multilateral, meaning multilateral, agreement for cooperation in signals intelligence between Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The Alliance of Intelligence Operations is also known as the Five Eyes. First, the United Kingdom and the United States, then it expanded to Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Canada, of course, we have South Canadian who was not only twice born in the United States, but many times in the United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand as well. Five Eyes Alliance. Five Eyes is an intelligence alliance comprising Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The alliance developed cooperation arrangements with several third-party nations. Eventually, this resulted in the establishment of a global surveillance network, GSN, Global Surveillance Network, codenamed Echelon in 1971. Let's work out. Echelon in 1971. And wow, the series on global surveillance has a lot of disclosures, origins, pre-2013. 2013 is Edward Snowden, of course. NSA, National Security Agency, systems. And then the systems, there's Echelon. So Echelon in 1971, let's start with Echelon. Originally a secret government code name, is a surveillance program operated by the United States with the aid of 4 other signatory states to the UK-USA Security Agreement: Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom, also known as the Five Eyes. NSA, National Security Agencies. Research and Analysis, the Foreign Intelligence Agency of India. CSE, Communications Security Establishment, formerly called the Communications Security Establishment Canada, CSEC, is the Government of Canada's national cryptologic agency. It is responsible for foreign signals intelligence. SIGINT. BND, Federal Intelligence Service, is the foreign intelligence agency of Germany. Has 300 locations in Germany and foreign countries. National Intelligence Center, Spanish, in Spain. AISIO, Australian Security Intelligence Organization in Australia, National Security Agencies. DGSE, the General Directorate for External Security of France. Five Eyes is the Intelligence Alliance, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, the United States. FSB, Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation, is the principal security agency of Russia and the main successor agency to the Soviet Union's KGB. MSS, Ministry of State Security, is the Civilian Intelligence, Security and Secret Police Agency of the People's Republic of China. MSS, Ministry of OF, State Security, Civilian Intelligence, Security and Secret Police Agency. GCHQ, Government Communications Headquarters, commonly known as GCHQ. Is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence, SIGINT, and information assurance, AI, to the government and armed forces of the United Kingdom. The origins of global surveillance can be traced back to the 1940s, when the UK-USA agreement was jointly enacted. Financial payments monitoring. A special branch of the NSA called Follow the Money, FTM, monitors international payments, banking and credit card transactions, and latest stores the collected data in the NSA's financial data bank. Tracking. Well, I'm in debt, so I ain't got no money. I'm pay $4 a month to have 500 overdraft protection, which I'm already close to being tapped. Although to not pay fees, I pay that monthly. So I'm in the minus. I'm in the red. Worst financial crisis of my life. So no tracking the money here for yours truly, NSA. But you can drop down and give Dragan some push-ups with love and for the sake of world peace, and we'll do them with you. Tell the NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, and finance the youth to work out, train, exercise. Mobile phone location tracking. Mobile phone tracking refers to the act of attaining the position and coordinates of a mobile phone. According to Washington Post, the NSA has been tracking the locations of mobile phones from all over the world by tapping into the cables that connect mobile networks globally and that serve US cell phones as well as foreign ones. In theory, all communications which have a responder, transmitter, transmission, receiver, and receiver, transmitter, receive can be intercepted by a third party. In theory, tapping into the cables that connect mobile networks globally and that serve your cell phones as well as foreign ones. In the process of doing so, the NSA collects more than 5 billion records of phone locations on a daily basis. This enables NSA analysts to map cell phone owners' relationships by correlating their patterns of movement over time with thousands of millions of other phone users who cross their paths. In order to decode private conversations. The NSA has cracked the most commonly used cell phone encryption technology, A51, according to a classified document leaked by Snowden. The agency can process encrypted A501 even when it has not acquired an encryption key. In addition, the NSA uses various types of cell phone infrastructure, such as the links between carrier networks, to determine the location of a cell phone user tracked by visitor location registers, VLR, which here the description is network switching subsystems. NSS is the component of a GSM system that carries out call out and mobility management functions for mobile phones roaming on the network of base stations. It is owned and deployed by mobile phone operators and allows mobile devices to communicate with each other. Let's go some more workout. Infiltration of smartphones. As worldwide sale of smartphones grew rapidly, the NSA decided to take advantage of the smartphone boom. The NSA. This is particularly advantageous because the smartphone contains a variety of data sets that would interest an intelligence agency, such as social contacts, user behavior, interest, location, photos, and credit card numbers and passwords. According to the documents leaked by Snowden, the NSA has set up task forces assigned to several smartphone manufacturers and operating systems, including Apple's Inc., iPhone, and iOS systems, as well as Google Android mobile operating systems. Similarly, Britain's GCHQ assigned a team to study and crack the BlackBerry. In addition, there are smaller NSA programs known as scripts that can perform surveillance on 38 different features of the iOS 3 and iOS 4 operating systems. These include the mapping feature, voicemail and photos, as well as Google Earth, Facebook, and Yahoo Messenger. But if we, by the Dragan army, ensure freedom for all, and secure freedom and hygiene in public, the private and the public with balance and equilibrium and harmony in the public and the private, secure freedom and encourage all to work out, train, exercise, and do volunteering in community and learn, this will become meaningless because we will be free. We will love. My LGBTQ community will be safer. Drugs will be standardized. Cocaine, ecstasy pills, right? Methamphetamines. If we legalize the drugs, we legalize this, we integrate, we standardize, we give people second, third chances. We can everybody from the best of their abilities to their needs and move forward to attain harmony with civilization and nature and move towards the stars together. This will not be ashamed of our lusts, of our desires. We will not hurt anybody with consent. And education with our own characters and natures. Some more inclined towards X, others towards Y, others towards Z. Parts of our nature and civilization, right? The skills and to develop more skills and the skills that we have, linguistics or mathematical, arithmetic or physical or psychological or natural or sexual even, whatever it is, right? To use these forces, energies and concordium, harmony, and right, to love and understanding. I'm willing to go Dragan 0, yours truly, HannaH, Dragan, the Dancing Goddess, Dragon Empire, Phoenix People's Party. Go online, not 24/7 because I want to spend some time in the black, in the dark, solo, but willing most of the time to be on the work in the public and sometimes in the private, room, office, and temple or whatever, or march in the streets or north, west, south, work out, train, exercise, encourage people hygiene, wash, rub their hands, hygiene, ensure people have food, housing, and transport, encourage people to volunteer, go learn, ask about constructions, ask about Hydro-Quebec, about the cell phone towers, about the lines, electricity lines that connect us, about everything that makes us a civilization. So many things I do not know for sure myself. I have more questions than answers, right? If we have that, then I'm willing. Put a webcam live stream me. It was tweeted on HannaH Dragan for the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix People's Party. Live stream many hours of the day, including on the Sabbath, where massaging my allies and armies, washing, kissing, dancing for, cooking, learning. We know nothing. I mean, we know something. We don't know it all. No, a little bit. Can only learn more. I'm learning every day. I don't know it all. In a parallel life, I would have been able to do what the NSA does. In this life, rather dance, rap, write poetry, massage, philosophize, dream, as I am also part of a dreamer, being a dreamer. But we need also understand, and not only, but also practical I am. And be working out, training, exercising, that we need to channel the force, the aggression, the violence, especially the youth. Work out, train, exercise, mass finance, mass finance, mass finance. Our civilization's enabled. Multi-millionaires, artists, multi NFL, NBA, NHL. Anyways, infiltration of smartphones. Infiltration of commercial data centers. Formation of commercial data centers in contrast to the PRISM surveillance program. What's PRISM? PRISM. PRISM is a code name for a program under which the United States National Security Agency collects internet communications from various U.S. internet companies. The program is also known by the SIGAD US 984. Extend PRISM collects stored internet communications, which is a front door method of access that is nominally approved by the FISA, F-I-S-A Court, United States Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. The U.S. federal court established under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act of 1978. The muscular. Speaking of, let's muscle up. Oh, muscular DS-200B, located in the United Kingdom, is the name of a surveillance program jointly operated by Britain's Government Communications Headquarters, GCHQ, and the United States National Security Agencies, NSA. Jointly operated. Muscular surveillance program is noted to be unusually aggressive. How many of them working in these programs for the secret NSA, and how many think are bisexual or gay and want to come out? Come out already. Come out of the dark. I got darkness. I got lower instincts in me also. I'm working not to be too selfish. Now it's basically more survival than other things, right? But it was freedom. It's like I met last year somebody who said I worked for the Secret Intelligence Service from 1984 till about 2020 February, and I said, well, and I said, yeah, and what can you summarize? Can you give me a story? I said, I won't give you stories, but I can say this. He said, listen, from 1984 to about 2020, that's a lot of decades working for the secret services, such as, I won't name, but had a conversation and said, you know what, I can summarize that most of us, close to all, ALL, are goddamn fucking liars. The Christian, conservative, Bible bashing your LGBTQ community, Adrian, HannaH. Closet bisexual. Rallying against whatever. It's also has secret lust and desires and skeletons in the closet. That's why I come up with a summary that we're all goddamn liars. Hopefully, we're not all cowards for freedom. That's for sure. But nonetheless. Usually aggressive in its usage of unorthodox hacking methods to infiltrate Yahoo and Google data centers around the world. Data center. Data center is a building, a dedicated space within a building or a group of buildings used to house computer systems and associated components such as telecommunications and storage systems around the world. As the program is operated overseas, United Kingdom, the NSA presumes that anyone using a foreign data link is a foreigner and is therefore able to collect content and metadata on a previously unknown scale from US citizens and residents. According to the documents leaked by Snowden, the muscular surveillance program is jointly operated by the NSA and Britain's GCHQ agency. Government Communications Headquarters, otherwise known as the MI6. Infiltration of commercial data centers. We read that infiltration of anonymous networks. The Five Eyes have made repeated attempts to spy on internet users communicating in secret via the anonymity network Tor. Several of their clandestine operations involve the implantation of malicious code into the computers of anonymous Tor users who visit infected websites. In some cases, the NSA and GCHQ have succeeded in blocking access to the anonymous network, diverting Tor users to insecure channels. In other cases, the NSA and the GCHQ were able to uncover the identity of these anonymous users. It's midnight, the sun is rising. I'll go heat up the oil for more. You will have to excuse me for a bit. It's midnight. Alright, we're gonna wrap it up in a bit. Monitoring of hotel reservation systems. Let's work out some more reservations. Monitoring of hotel reservations systems. My manners. Under the Royal Concierge. Love the name. Don't you just love the name? I can make a rap to that. Rap Royal Concierge. Royal concierge, what you concern, what you con with, con lips, lips twerk upon my face, bitch clips. With some motherfucker rainbow on my hips, lips tricks. Royal concierge surveillance program. Britain's GCHQ agency uses an automated monitoring system to infiltrate the reservation systems of at least 350 luxury hotels in many different parts of the world. See? Royal concierge can be converted, used for good for the Dragan army's mission, vision, and philosophy to secure food, housing, and transport. Working with the hotels, the big skyscrapers, the residential buildings, so that we have a system and secure, be able to move, navigate with. Other related surveillance programs include the wiretapping of room telephones and fax machines used in targeted hotels, as well as the monitoring of computers hooked up to the hotel network. What are you doing, you paywaits? You paywaits, I'll make you, Adrian HannaH Dragan, make you the best erotic scripts 2021 and for 2022 with some good moaning and some good imagination and creativity and the LGBTQ rainbow and interracial. My favorite, Secret Queen of Spades. There you go. Well, for my allies and armies, no discrimination. All welcome. Rainbow, gray, preferably rainbow, but no discrimination if you're an ally, though. Okay. Hooked up to the hotel network. Virtual reality surveillance. The U.S. National Security Agency, NSA, the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, CIA. The sun's rising now over the city of the pyramids, illuminating Africa, Europe, and Asia. He sees maybe all. Sees even the new secret agents there in Europe, Africa, spying on people. U.S. National Security Agency, the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, and Britain Government Communications Headquarters have been conducting surveillance on the networks of many online games, including massively multiplayer online role-playing games, MMORPG, which we just read about, such as World of Warcraft, as well as virtual worlds such as Second Life and Xbox gaming console Note 67. Retrieved 12th of December 2013. Spies infiltrate the fantasy realm of online games. I have a joke and then we'll work out and we'll move forward. So you get a bunch of spooks and spies from the NSA, the CIA, the GCHQ, Germany's FSB, and to that Trinity, Germany's FSB, to United States NSA and CIA, to Britain's GCQ, to Britain's spies, to United States of America spies, to Germany spies together with Mossad, Israeli spies, get them together, working on a project, and they scream and start screaming, and their boss, the directors, respective directors, together with the one assigned to director, comes out. What are you guys doing? What are you guys screaming like? What's you so scared of? Us? Yeah, you guys are the best spies. You know, satellites, communications, and technologies, and all these fancy cryptology. And what's going on here? You've done serious security. What's going on? What are you guys doing? What are you up to? A ghost, a ghost, a ghost. Anyways, political espionage. So that's pretty interesting. This is a long read. Global surveillance and the programs have to be another cup of tea or coffee just in between. Edward Snowden revelations. Canada, Australia, Denmark, France, Germany, Israel. Memorandum of Understanding between the NSA and Israel. X Keyscore. X Keyscore, this is interesting, is a secret computer system used by the United States National Security Agency's NSA for searching and analyzing global internet data, which it collects continually. The NSA has shared X Keyscore with other intelligence agencies, including the Australian Signals Directorate. So NSA, the Dragan Army, let's use together this X Keyscore to secure food, housing and transport, encourage people to work out, train, volunteer, do community work, secure and ensure freedom. We can use all this once we've attained and secured freedom, encourage people to work out, train, exercise, share more, right, and attain harmony between civilization and nature. And in the public, hygiene, to wash hands, soap. We can work together in a concordium of understanding. The Dragon Army, and those truly Dragon Zero, those truly the powers that be, to utilize it for the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good. And that's the last word on global surveillance. Now, last readings and eating, and that's eating. Oh yeah. Oh. So how many minutes do we have left? Ooh, not a lot. 17 minutes. The internet is the global system of interconnected computer networks that uses the Internet Protocol Suite, TCP/IP, to communicate between networks and devices. It is a network of networks that consists of private, public, academic, business, and government networks of local to global scope linked by a broad array of electronic, wireless, and optical networking technologies. Optical networking is a means of communication that uses signals encoded in light to transmit information in various types of telecommunication networks. Or as this light now coming, it's 12:11 a.m. EST in Hawk Island. It is morning over the city where the pyramids are. We don't know, paradoxically, how they were built with all the high technological internet and telecommunications, smartphones, satellites, computers, how they were built. But the light is coming from sun on macro scale to dance with the goddess, to fertilize the black fertile earth with the waters, water and fire together, and to on a macro scale Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia. The internet carries a vast range of information, resources, and services such as the interlinked hypertext documents and applications of the www World Wide Web, electronic mail, telephony, and file sharing. The origins of the internet date back to the development of packet switching. Packet switching in telecommunications is a method of grouping data that is transmitted over a digital network into packets. Packets are made of a header and payload. Data in the header is used by networking hardware to direct the packet to its destination. And research commission. I'm open for business. You're not a Dragon commission, especially the work of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Army, Phoenix People's Party, or yours truly as an independent artist, activist, and athlete. To work out, train, exercise, dance, do community work, XYZ. commissioned by the United States Department of Defense. USDD was an American twice in past life, served 156 years ago that way down south, 718 miles from here. USDD, join yours truly, Dragan Zero, for world peace, international justice, global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. The 1960s to enable time sharing. In computing, time sharing is the sharing of a computing resource among many users at the same time by means of multi-programming or multitasking. The primary precursor network, the ARPANET, Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. ARPANET was the first wide area packet switch network with distributed control and one of the first networks to implement this TCP/IP protocol suite. Both technologies became the technical foundation of the Internet. Initially served as a backbone for interconnection of regional academic and military networks in the 1970s. The founding of the National Science Foundation Network as a new backbone in the 1980s, as well as private funding for other commercial extensions, led to worldwide participation in the development of new networking technologies and the merger of many networks. The linking of commercial networks and enterprises by the early 1990s marked the beginning of the transition to the modern Internet and generated a sustained exponential growth as generations of institutional, personal, and mobile computers were connected to the network. Although the Internet was widely used by academia in the 1980s, commercialization incorporated its services and technologies into virtually every aspect of modern life. Most traditional communications media, including telephony, radio, television, paper, mail, and newspapers, are reshaped, redefined, and even bypassed by the Internet, giving birth to new services such as email, internet telephony, internet television, online music, digital newspapers, and video streaming websites. Newspaper, book, and other print publishing are adapting to website technology or are reshaped into blogging, web feeds, and online news aggregators. The Internet has enabled and accelerated new forms of personal interactions through instant messaging, internet forums, and social networking services. Online shopping has grown exponentially for major retailers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs, and it enables firms to extend their brick and mortar presence to serve a larger market or even sell goods and services entirely online. Business to business and financial services on the Internet affect supply chains across entire industries. The Internet has no single centralized governance in neither technological implementation or policies for access and usage. Each constituent network sets its own policies. The overreaching definitions of the two principal namespaces in the Internet, the Internet Protocol address, IP address, space, and the domain name system DNS, are directed by a maintainer organization, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN. The technical underpinning and standardization of the core protocols is an activity of the Internet Engineering Task Force, IETF, a non-profit organization of loosely affiliated international participants that anyone may associate with by contributing technical expertise. In November 2006, the Internet was included in USA Today's list of new 7 wonders of the world. Workout, eating, washing their hands, and eating breakfast. Oh, wow. Be back with a bagel. It's a hot one, it's a hot one. And in the news, it's continuing my $2 meal. Did I earn the meal? We earned it. Trained the muscles of the physique, meditated, blessed, grateful, thankful. Exercise the mind, the body, and the spirit. A Special Trinity. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm grateful. Rent is paid till October 31st. Half of my phone bill is paid. Got food, tea, and coffee to keep on posting videos, working out, training, exercising, continuing the I declare revolution for world peace, international justice, global freedom, and securing, ensuring global freedom, maintaining harmony between civilization and nature, and for the greater good, coupled with some new experiences in food security and more love and as massage volunteers that do also admit that I'm craving and wanting and willing to have and experience new wines and coffee from Uganda. Adrian H. Dragonborn, being reborn Adrian HannaH Dragan, 12:26 a.m. ST. Finish this. It's finishing in 22 seconds. Post it, stretch a little bit, have more one cup of tea, wash this, and go to bed. I love you, allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance, legions. My name may you be blessed with healing, wealth, health, and joy, and financial security. And reborn, love you the rest.